All right. Okay, so. All right, the court is calling cause number 2020 DCM 6193. This is a hearing on a petition filed by the Attorney General's office. It's entitled A Petition to Establish the Parent-Child Relationship. There appears to be one minor child before the court. Parties in this case are Alejandro Perez and Valerie Jimenez. This matter is being conducted on a Zoom application since we cannot appear in court due to the current pandemic crisis that's going on in our community. However, the Supreme Court of the State of Texas, the local council of judges, and the Office of Court Administration have permitted us to conduct our hearings remotely, and we're doing so on this Zoom application. Further, in compliance with the Texas Constitution, this matter is being live streamed on the YouTube channel. That is to comply with the open records provision that we have to keep our courts open to the public. However, as soon as this hearing is concluded, that live stream will be taken off the YouTube channel. I mean, the live stream channel. Let the record reflect that this matter is scheduled for a final hearing today, April 6th. It was initially scheduled at 8 o'clock. Then it was rescheduled or scheduled for a Zoom hearing at 9 o'clock. Notices were properly sent to the parties. The record should reflect that at this time that the case is being called, Mr. Alejandro Perez is not present. And my review of the court documents, the docket, indicates that he was served back on December the 7th of last year, 2020. There appears to be no response filed by Mr. Perez, and he is not present at this time. All right, at this time, I'll ask for announcement of counsel, Ms. Kaplan.
Lindsay Kaplan for the state, Your Honor.
Okay, ready to proceed, Ms. Kaplan?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and Ms. Jimenez, are you ready to proceed today, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'll ask you to please raise your right hand so I can swear you in, please. Ma'am, do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, you may lower your hand now. Thank you, ma'am. All right, Ms. Kaplan, go ahead.
The state calls Ms. Jimenez as a witness.
Okay, go ahead. She's been sworn in.
Ma'am, what is your name?
Valerie Jimenez.
And who are you the mother of?
Kylie Renee Jimenez.
And how old is she?
10 months.
And who does she live with?
Me and my mother.
Do you live in El Paso, Texas?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived in El Paso, Texas?
My whole life, ma'am.
Who is your child's father?
Alejandro Perez.
Could anyone else be your child's father?
No, ma'am.
Were you legally married to anyone else at the time of your child's birth?
No, ma'am.
To your knowledge, is Mr. Perez incarcerated at this time?
No, ma'am.
Do you have safety concerns regarding Mr. Perez?
Yes.
What are the nature of those concerns?
Just mentally, just due to he would always talk to me whenever he wanted to talk to me. And it was a cat and mouse game with him.
So he was mentally abusive towards you, ma'am?
Yes.
And would you like to make all the major decisions regarding your child?
Yes, ma'am.
Why is that in your child's best interest?
Only due to he did not acknowledge me, didn't acknowledge my daughter, knowing that I was already 6-7 months pregnant. He would just add me and unadd me via social media. He knew I was pregnant. He knew I was already going to stay a doctor's appointment to make sure everything, my baby was healthy, and he yet contacted me at all. and has yet to contact me.
So he never went with you to any doctor's appointments?
No, ma'am. I did it all by myself.
Did he appear at the birth of your child?
No, ma'am.
Has he ever visited your child?
No, ma'am.
Would you like him to visit your child?
No, ma'am.
And why is it in the best interest of your child for him not to visit?
Only due to, from my knowledge, that he has another child with someone else, and he claims her as his daughter and doesn't claim my daughter as his daughter and wants nothing to do with her at all.
Do you know why he doesn't claim your daughter as his daughter?
No, ma'am. I just knew he didn't want a relationship with me at all, and I doubt he wants one with her.
And what would you like your daughter's last name to be?
Jimenez.
And why is that in the best interest of your daughter to have the last name Jimenez?
Only due to, like I said before, he wanted nothing to do with me, wants nothing to do with her. So he shouldn't have the right to have, she should, like, oh, I'm sorry. She should at least have my last name because I'm her mother. I'm the one that's taking care of her while he's out there living his life.
And have you resided together as a family since the birth of your daughter?
No,
Has he given you any support since the separation?
no, ma'am.
Do you know if he's working?
I believe so.
Do you know where he works?
The last I heard, he was working at the Hyundai on Montana as to clean the cars.
Do you know how much he earned cleaning cars at Hyundai?
No, ma'am.
Do you know if he has health insurance for your daughter?
No, ma'am. I have no knowledge of that at all.
You have health insurance for your daughter?
Yes,
What type of insurance?
I have Medicaid.
And you stated he has another daughter, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you aware of any other children that he's legally obligated to support?
No, ma'am.
And would you like to be able to live anywhere with your daughter?
Yes.
Do you have plans to leave El Paso for work or educational purposes?
No, not anytime soon.
Do you have any prenatal expenses associated with your daughter's birth?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you show me those expenses, please?
I have, this is the recent hospital bill. This is how much the balance I still owe. And then I also have the payment history on how much I've been paying the hospital. And I also have her doctor's bill where it was all self-paid as well. I don't know if I have to face it this way because it's really long.
Oh. So at the time of your daughter's birth, you did not have insurance, correct?
Correct.
You paid out of pocket?
Yes, ma'am.
And when did you get insurance for your daughter?
I got insurance around September.
So for the first 3 months of your daughter's life, you paid out of pocket for those medical expenses?
Yes, ma'am.
And would you like Mr. Perez to reimburse for those out-of-pocket expenses?
Yes, ma'am.
No further questions for this witness. Pass the witness.
All right. All right, based on the testimony presented here today, I will find that Mr. Perez is the father of the child, subject of this lawsuit. Last name will remain Jimenez as requested. I'm going to go ahead and appoint Ms. Jimenez sole managing conservator of the child. Since Mr. Jimenez, since Mr. Perez has not visited with the child or shown any interest with regard to the child, I'll order that there be no court-ordered visitation with the child. However, if the party and Ms. Jimenez feel comfortable with him visiting with the child, it will be up to Ms. Jimenez to determine whether and under what circumstances he'll be allowed to visit with the child. If Mr. Perez wishes to visit with the child, then he will have to file a motion with the court, and the court at that time will conduct a hearing to determine whether and under what circumstances he'll be allowed to visit with the child. There'll be no geographical restriction. I'll grant a request for non-disclosure of any Ms. Jimenez's information not to be disclosed in a court order. And no geographical restriction. All right. Support obligations. What is the state's recommendation?
Your Honor, due to the lack of information regarding Mr. Perez's income at this time, the state is requesting current child support and medical support based on the minimum wage presumption for one child before the court and credit for one other child. The state has calculated the current child support to be $189, the current medical support to be $57, a retroactive child support from June 4th, 2020, which is the date of birth of the child, until present to be $1,890, repaid at $25 a month until paid. The state is further requesting medical retroactive support in the amount of $3,094. This includes the prenatal expense of $2,189.54 and the subsequent medical expenses associated with taking the child to the doctor from birth June 4th, 2020 until September 2020 in the amount of $831.04.
Okay, Ms. Kaplan, you lost me on the retroactive medical support. Tell me again.
A total of $3,020.94 and $2,189.54 of that is for prenatal, and the remaining $831.04 is for out-of-pocket expenses associated with taking the child to the doctor from birth until September, when the child did not have insurance.
And recommended payment on the retroactive medical support?
The state's requesting $50 a month until paid.
And all these payments to commence on May 1?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Kaplan, have you, is the other child, does the AG have verification that Mr. Perez is he paying child support on that other child? Is he, or do we know?
If I may take a moment, Your Honor, to do a
Okay.
brief search.
Okay. Ms. Jimenez, does he have a middle name?
Honestly, I don't really know, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. So it's a pretty common name, almost as common as my name. So there might be several Alejandro Perez's out there. I'm just wondering if there's a AG case with Mr. Perez on the other case, or the other child, I mean.
I don't know if
Okay. All right, Ms. Kaplan, what was it?
Yes, there does appear to be another case pending, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to verify that. Okay. Very well. The court will follow recommendations setting child support, medical support, granting the adjustment for retroactive child support and retroactive medical support. And the suggested payments on those judgments as recommended. All these payments are to commence on the first day of May, and all payments will be made through the registry, the court, through the registry, through the state disbursement unit. Right. Is there anything else that I haven't ruled upon, Ms. Kaplan?
Yes, Your Honor. So just to clarify, the full amount of the retroactive medical was granted,
Yes.
and the full amount of the retroactive child support?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. I think I addressed all the issues. Let me just go through my list again. I think we got it covered. Ms. Jimenez, do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Kaplan, as far as the submission of the order?
Yes, Ms. Jimenez, are you okay with me submitting the order directly to the court for signature, or would you like an opportunity to review and sign off first?
It's fine, ma'am. You can do what you want.
Okay, thank you.
So I take it that it's okay if Ms. Kaplan goes ahead and prepares the order and sends it to me directly.
Yes.
Okay. And Ms. Kaplan will go ahead and prepare the order and send it to me directly. Once I do receive it, I will sign the order. The order will be filed with the clerk's office here in El Paso, and copies will be sent to the parties. Okay, anything else, Ms. Kaplan?
Nothing further from the state at this time, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, all right. Well, then in that case, that concludes our hearing for today. Thank you, Ms. Jimenez, for your participation today. That concludes our hearing. Parties are excused. Be careful, be safe out there. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You too.